So what's going on now? And I know you're doing a lot of touring. Your schedule.
I'm always touring.
Your touring schedule now is pretty intense.
It's not no different from any other year. You know, it's just that with the 80th birthday thing coming up, people are making more of a fuss on it. But we always do, 100, 120 shows every year. So from my point of view, there's no difference.
Okay. Are there any plans for an 80th birthday party bash like the 70th?
No, absolutely not. No, we did that thing for the 70th. So no, it's just business as usual.
Okay. You've had so many influences in your life. Can you name the people who have influenced you besides the people that have played with you and were influenced by you?
That's a tricky question because there's so many hundreds of people and names that I could throw about, and in doing so I'd miss out a whole bunch too. So it's kind of a question that just ends up going nowhere really.
Okay.
Just let's say that I've listened to just about everything in blues, and I've just learned from all the things that I've heard.
Is there anyone that you haven't played with that you'd like to play with out of the thousands of people you have played
Well,
with?
not really. Nothing really comes to mind in that direction because I've had the good fortune to be associated with so many great people.
Have you played in DC before?
Yeah, many times. I played here. That goes back to the late 60s.
Okay. Where were you playing back then? Which club?
I have no idea. Couldn't tell you where I played last week.
But you're ready for tonight?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's going to be great.
That's good. What kind of equipment are you using? I noticed a really interesting guitar you have out there.
Well, I made the body, so it doesn't really, it's a hybrid then in that case. The originally, before I cut the body up, it's Eric Johnson guitar.
Okay. What other equipment do you use? What other effects? What's your
Don't use any.
No effects?
No,
Just plug straight into the amp?
Into Roland Jazz chorus, so the chorus button just gives it a little extra flavor.
Okay.
There's no pedals or gizmos attached to it. It's just plug into the amp and that's it.
Over the years, has it been a challenge or a struggle, or maybe not to keep the voice in shape?
Not that I've noticed, if you're working hard every night, it gets toughened up. So I just do the best I can with what I've got.
Yeah, it's been working pretty good so far.
Yeah, so far it's holding up well.
Any new albums in the works?
We haven't got a record company solidified just yet. We finished with Eagle, and so we'll be going into the studio next month and come up with something, and I'll probably finance that myself, and then we'll shop it around and see who will distribute it.
You know who will be playing with you? This band that's here tonight?
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, these guys are the best. We've been together 5 years now, and still going strong, of course. To Chicago into the rhythm section, as you probably know. Greg Arzab on bass, Jay Davenport on drums, and on guitar we have our resident Texan, Rocky Athos.
Any difference between the audiences here in the States and in the UK, or you're about to head off to Switzerland?
Not really. I think people who come to see our shows pretty much know what to expect in the way of surprises and good musicianship. An exciting night out.
Do you see yourself stopping anytime soon?
Not really, no.
No? The plan is to keep going, and
well, as long as the demand is there, and as long as I've got the physical energy to be able to give a very energetic show, I don't see any holding back on it right now.
Is there anything special you do to keep in shape other than play every night?
No, nothing specific at all. I just try and get as much rest, obviously, before a show, and just keep going.
How did you avoid the sort of downfall in the 60s of a lot of the other greats?
What's the question?
How did you avoid sort of falling into the pitfalls of,
Well, I don't
over
know,
abuse of
'cause
drugs or?
I was older than most of them. I was 30 years old, whereas everybody else was in 19 years old, 20 years old. So I'd been around a bit, and in my era, there was nothing. Drugs weren't really a part of it, so I never tried drugs before, nor since. And I had a head start on things that more experience of not going through all this, the casualties, should we say?
Yeah, the many casualties of the 60s.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten back to your artwork?
Yeah, I do. Well, the guitar you just mentioned, that's artwork, isn't it? So the guitar is the latest piece.
And you did one of the album covers a long time ago?
I've done so many album covers I can't even count them. At least half of them being my designs.
Because you started in art school, correct?
Yeah, graphic design was my career.
Right. I know that. I just appreciate your time, and
Well, I hope you're going to enjoy tonight, because we're up for it, and I think the shows that we've been doing in the last few years have been extremely exciting. This is the best band I've ever had, without question.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the show. I have never seen you live.
You're in for a treat, mate. That's a treat.
Well, I'll be in the front row, and
Good.
I'll give you a couple smiles. And
Right.
John, I really appreciate your time.
Okay,
There's a lot of people that I hope see this interview. Is there anything you'd like to share with any aspiring musicians?
Nothing.
out there?
I just usually do interviews responding to questions rather than making
Or
speeches.
giving advice. Yeah. Well, I really appreciate your time,
Okay.
and I expect to enjoy the show
Excellent.
thoroughly.
Okay,
And it was a pleasure to meet you.